All right, it's 2025. Setting a timer for 6 minutes and 4 seconds. Here we go. So last year, I did something that I've never done before, and that is to photograph sports, let alone college sports, entirely on film. It was an insane day. I've never done that before, and I was absolutely terrified. And I don't really know why. I guess maybe the feeling of knowing I only had 4 rolls of film just like scared me. So anyways, I want to talk through what I learned and the rolls I filmed and the camera I used and why this experience makes me want to shoot everything on film in 2025. First things first, the camera. I chose to use the Canon 1V. Now this thing is like the 1DX, but the film version. And the reason I love this thing so much is because the autofocus is awesome. You can see that it is film. And what I love about it is that, okay, so let me back up. There might be some people who are thinking like, wow, that's cheating. Man, you're basically just shooting digital. Sure, it kind of is like that. I wouldn't say it's cheating. Like, it's not manual focus, all right? The autofocus is really good, and that's why I got it. It's like, if you've seen Miles, the Expired Film Club, like, he's phenomenal. This is where a lot of my inspiration came from. He uses the 1V for a lot of his sports stuff, and so I was like, I gotta try it, I gotta get it. I found one on eBay in like mint condition, and I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. If I'm gonna really dedicate myself to shooting film, I gotta do it. So I found this on eBay, absolutely loved it, and it did way better than I thought it would. And it found focus really fast. So I owe a lot of the success of the images that I got because of that camera. Now, let's talk about film stocks for a second. Sydney Still 800T. I've never used this film stock before, but I love it because of the blue, and like you can see in the images where like the overhead lights, they look kind of like orange. I just thought it created such a unique feeling, and I was really excited with how it turned out. And the classic Portra 800. Now this is a film stock that I have not really used before either, and I did forget to mention that I did push both of these to 1600 ISO. Now I did that because I needed a faster shutter speed. I was shooting indoors, and I just wanted to be able to stop and capture the action without having a lot of motion blur, which I did. And if I remember correctly, like my shutter speed was probably around 500 or 600, which ended up being pretty fast and fast enough for basketball. Last but not least, so I don't have any more Delta 3200 on me, but this is just its little baby brother, the 400. So I did use black and white, and the black and white, it was tough because I realized that after I got the negatives back, I realized that I should have overexposed by 2/3 of a stop because there just was not a lot of detail in the shadows, and I wish there was more. Like, it's good, but I think the colors is so rich, especially with the Portrait and the Cine Still. Like, black and white's cool, and I love it. I don't know. I don't know how I felt about it. So if you liked it, let me know in the comments, because I'm kind of indifferent, and I don't know how I feel about it. There we go. I said it. I don't know. That kind of leads me to like my final point with all of this. I only have 108 pictures. You really take the time to think about every shot you're taking. And I think that was the most exhilarating part about it, is because I was patient and I let the moments come to me. And I think that's what I've been missing with digital, is because, with the 1DX Mark III, you can spray and pray and you're gonna get focused like 90% of the time. There's just something about being patient and waiting for the image to come that I just have not felt in a digital camera. Last but not least, I have to thank State Film Lab. If you've never used them before, they are the best place to develop your film. So this isn't sponsored by them by any means. I'm throwing it out there. If you are interested in wanting to get into film, highly, highly, highly recommend. And Billy from State Film Lab, I hope you see this because you and your team have done a tremendous job. Can't say enough about them. And last but not least, I have to thank Anchor Studios for allowing me to do this. I mean, 2025, if there's two things that I could take away from this experience is surrounding yourself with people who believe in you and just going out and just getting the work done. Like, and pushing yourself to do things you've never done before. And I got the photo bug, as they say. You know, I can't remember the last time I ever heard anyone say that, but maybe no one says it anymore. I probably not, honestly. It's 2025, who knows? But I got the shutter bug. There it is. Yeah, until next time. Onward and upward. Peace. Okay, that was like 8 minutes. Sorry, guys.